guys, so today I wanted to share with you my skincare routine, but most importantly I kind of wanted to tell you guys a little bit about my history with acne and how I got rid of it and basically how I maintain my skin clear today. So yeah, first I'm just going to tell you guys a little bit about kind of like what happened. So basically I had pretty bad acne throughout my teenage years. It was worse when I was like in high school, I believe. It started at about around 15, I want to say. And yeah, it was just pretty bad. I did see some dermatologists back then, but basically they thought that my skin wasn't bad enough to actually take anything for it like orally, I guess. I remember I really wanted to do a treatment that my older sister had done because she also struggled with acne and hers was actually worse than mine. So I wanted to do the same treatment. They said that mine wasn't like bad enough. So they would give me a few creams and I would try it and I would just feel like it didn't really work. So I kind of gave up on it for a while. I thought that this was just something I was going to have to deal with pretty much, that, you know, I would just be a person that always had acne. And then everything kind of changed about 2 years ago, I want to say. I do feel like after I kind of like got in my early 20s, my skin did get a little bit better, but it was still pretty bad. I had a lot of little bumps like on my forehead, and I would break out a lot on my chin. And whenever I did break out, it wasn't like just those, you know, little ones. It was pretty big, and sometimes it was painful. So basically, it sucked. So then 2 years ago, I really wanted to do something about it, and my sister had been seeing a dermatologist, and she was really liking her. She was really happy with her. So I decided to go to her. And, you know, I went on a day where my skin actually wasn't that terrible, but she asked me, she was like, is this one of your good days? And my sister was actually with me, so she could confirm that that was a good day. It did get a lot worse than that. So she asked if I had ever tried antibiotics for my skin, and I told her that other dermatologists thought that my skin wasn't bad enough for it. And her response was, well, that's because they're not the ones dealing with that every day. And at that moment, I fell in love with her. And I don't know, I just knew that she would help me and actually do something about it. So I started off with antibiotics. I took them for over a year, like a little bit over a year, I want to say. And my skin cleared up so much. It was crazy. Like, I honestly couldn't believe it. All those little bumps from my forehead just disappeared. Most of my breakouts disappeared, but I was still struggling a bit with my chin area. That's always been the area where I've struggled the most with acne. So my chin area, I would still have some pretty bad breakouts, even though the rest of my face was completely clear. So after about, like, I want to say like almost a year and a half of the antibiotics and like some creams and stuff, then she decided to switch me to another medication, which I don't know if I should share with you guys the name, because I don't want anyone going out trying to find like medicine that they just can't take without a prescription. Like, you need to see a dermatologist and basically like let them tell you what they think works for you, because not everyone is the same. So yeah, and you need like a prescription and everything. But basically, she switched me to a medication that's like a diuretic, it's not an antibiotic. And yeah, so I've been taking that for over 6 months now, and it's the best thing that has ever happened to me. I don't break out on my chin anymore. It really just cleared up everything. Even my back, where I would occasionally, you know, like have like little bumps and break out, like, it's completely clear. So yeah, it's amazing. And like I said, I do use creams with that. So it's not like just the pills alone. There are a lot of things that can affect your skin. One thing that I've learned throughout this whole journey is how much water is important. Like, I totally noticed when I'm not drinking enough water, how my skin just starts to not look as great. So that's something that I really try to do, and I really recommend for you to do as well. If you're struggling with breakouts, just try to drink as much water as you can. So another thing that my dermatologist kind of taught me is that it's very important to use skincare products that are non-comedogenic. Basically what that means is that it won't clog your pores. This is something that has changed my life, like seriously, because I wasn't aware of that at all before. I would just put anything on my face. I actually didn't really used to moisturize my face, and that's a big mistake that people make when they have like oily skin or when they break out. I felt that way, like I didn't need to moisturize because I already had so much oil on my skin. And that's completely wrong. You still need to moisturize your skin. Sometimes your skin is even producing all that oil because it's so dehydrated. So yeah, what she taught me was that I just have to look for products that are non-comedogenic. I can put as much lotion as I want on my face as long as it's non-comedogenic. So she recommended me some products, and yeah, I've been using them ever since. I want to share with you guys basically all the products that I use, kind of like what products I use in the morning, what I use at night, and yeah, just basically talk you through my skincare routine. So in the morning, the first thing I do is wash my face, and this is the cleanser that I use. This is the one that my dermatologist recommended, and it's the CeraVe Hydrating Cleanser, and this one's actually for normal to dry skin, which you might find a bit weird because my skin's oily. But basically, because of all like the creams and things that I'm using that pretty much do kind of dry up the skin, then she recommended this one right here to kind of bring back a bit of moisture. But I do actually use the other one, the one for oily skin, during the summer, because then I feel like my skin can get like extremely oily. So then I switched to that one. But during the winter and kind of like, you know, even the spring and fall, I guess, I do stick to this one right here because it doesn't let my skin feel too dry, too tight, you know, right when I wash it. It's really, really nice because it hydrates, but it won't clog my pores. As you can, you guys won't be able to see it from there, but it says non-comedogenic, non-drying, and non-irritating. So yeah, this is amazing. I highly recommend this cleanser. And yeah, it won't break you out. So since I do use some acne creams, it is a part of my skincare routine, I guess, so I'm gonna show you guys. So what I do after I wash my face is actually to use this cream right here, which is clindamycin, and this one is 1%, if you're wondering. I don't know if that means anything to you. But yeah, so this is what I use during the day. It's a gel formula, which I really like. At first she had given me one that was kind of like a liquidy cream, and I didn't like how greasy it made my skin feel, so I told her that, and she switched it to the gel. And this is amazing because I put it on and it instantly like just disappears into my skin. It doesn't feel greasy. It pretty much feels really nice and dry right after I apply it. So yeah, so that's what I use after I wash my face. So then after I've put on the medication, I will moisturize, and the one I use during the day is also from the same brand as the cleanser, and this is the facial moisturizing lotion with SPF 30. And I like to use this one during the day, obviously, because it's nice to protect your skin from the sun. That's really important. Sometimes if I'm going to be going somewhere where I'm gonna have to take pictures, like flash photography or anything like that, sometimes I might use my night cream because that one doesn't have SPF, because you know SPF can give flashback in photos. But most days I will stick to this one right here because I do think it's really important to kind of protect your skin from the sun. And this one I also really like because it doesn't let my skin feel greasy either. And of course it's also non-comedogenic, so I can really just put as much as I want. Like, I do have oily skin, but my under eyes are pretty dry, so that's why I find it really important to moisturize all the time. I moisturize in the morning and at night. I'll get to the night one in a little bit. But yeah, so that's the next step. So for my eyes during the day, I actually use this eye cream right here. This is from a brand called Paris, and it's their Phyto Contour. I'm not really sure how to pronounce that, but basically it's for puffiness and dark circles. I have terrible dark circles, and honestly, I don't think that anything I've used has really kind of made it that much better, to be completely honest. I just use makeup and just deal with it. But yeah, I do like to use this to kind of just moisturize that under eye area. And this eye cream feels very like refreshing under the eyes. It makes me feel very awake. And yeah, so I like to use this one. So that's it for like my morning skincare routine. And then I'll just go in with makeup and all of that, which by the way, I want to do a separate video kind of speaking about that, because the same way that it's important to use certain like skincare products so you don't break out. That's also important with makeup. So I do have some like makeup products that are better for people who struggle with like acne or just have oily skin and things like that. So if you like the idea of me doing a video all about that, then don't forget to give the video a thumbs up or leave me a comment letting me know that you guys would like to see that. Okay, so moving on to nighttime. So the first thing I do, of course, is remove my makeup if I have any makeup on, or else I'll just skip to like the cleanser. But if I do have makeup on, then I will first remove my eye makeup with this right here. And this is the Neutrogena oil-free eye makeup remover. And I always say this, but I do not believe that this is oil-free, because you can even see like how it divides like the oil from the rest of the product when you don't shake it. But whatever, moving on. In the eye area, I find that it's okay because then I'm not going to get oil like on the rest of my skin. It's just going to be strictly right here. And I feel like this is necessary for me because I use waterproof mascara, and it's basically the only thing that I've tried that really removes it easily. So I'll use that with a little like cotton pad. So basically I'll just use a little cotton pad like this, you know, put some on and kind of just rub it on my eyes and remove that. But as I said, I don't use that for the rest of my face. So for the rest of my face, I either use makeup wipes or this right here, which is the Derma like micellar water thing. And this one is the like hydrating one. And this one is the one that I chose because this one is non-comedogenic. So again, won't clog my pores. And I also like that it does like hydrate the skin as well. So I'll use that on a cotton pad like the one that I use for my eye makeup. Or like I said, I'll use a makeup wipe. I do think that makeup wipes are just easier. But sometimes I feel like it doesn't really remove everything. So if I still feel like my skin still has a bit of dirt or makeup or whatever, then I'll use the Derma water and stuff. Or sometimes I'll just use that like without this if I either run out or if I just, I don't know. It really depends on my mood, I guess. Sometimes I'll use the makeup wipe, sometimes I'll use this. Either way, nothing is getting clogged in my pores, and that's what's important. By the way, these makeup wipes are from L'Oreal. It's the Ideal Clean Makeup Wipes. But this is actually the first time that I was using it. It was just on sale, so I decided to give it a try. But I actually didn't like it that much. I feel like the makeup wipes are a bit dry, so they don't remove my makeup that easily. I honestly don't even know what makeup wipes are my favorite. I've tried so many. I do actually think that the Forever 21 ones are really good. I got one that's like a cucumber one. And yeah, those were really nice. I've really tried so many. I've tried the Wet n Wild ones. Those are pretty good. And yeah, basically just try a few out, see which one works best for your skin. So after my skin is nice and clean, I move on to my acne creams. And the one that I use on most of my face is this, which is a tretinoid cream. The percentage is 0.05. Again, if that means anything to you, it means nothing to me. But basically, I will use this on most of my face, and the only area where I will not put it is actually on my chin, because I need something stronger there, because as I've said, that's kind of where I struggle the most with acne. So yeah, just use this right after I clean my face. And then for the chin area, I use this one, which is actually like, I think it was like custom made like with the kind of like percentage of ingredients that my dermatologist wanted. So yeah, they basically make it and then they like send it to your house. Like you don't get this at the pharmacy. But basically it's clindamycin, I guess, from what it says here, and a bunch of other things, I guess. Basically, it's a stronger medicine, and I use that on my chin. So yeah, it really does help to avoid breakouts there. I haven't had anything on my chin for a really long time, which is amazing. And then, of course, it's time to moisturize, and the lotion that I use is like the night version of the day one. It's from CeraVe, their PM Facial Moisturizing Lotion. And yeah, also non-comedogenic, of course. And this one is actually like kind of lighter than the day one. I think because the day one does have SPF, it feels a bit thicker, but it does feel fine on the skin. This one is so nice and light, which is why sometimes I just choose to use this one during the day. And yeah, this one is really, really amazing. But I actually feel like in the winter time, my skin is extremely dry in certain areas. Like I said, like under here, and sometimes right here would get a bit dry as well. So during the winter, I actually use another lotion, but most of the time I use this one. So the one I use in the winter is this one right here, which is from Pond's, and it's their Rejuveness Anti-Wrinkle Cream, which is just a bonus, the fact that it's an anti-wrinkle cream. But I just really like it because it is also non-comedogenic, and this one I feel like just hydrates my skin more. I don't like using it in the summer because I do feel like then my skin gets a bit too greasy. It's a very thick lotion. It does like kind of settle into your skin after a while, but I just don't like the way it feels in the summer. So basically I use this one in the winter because it's when my skin needs it the most. And yeah, it's really good, and as I've said a million times, it won't clog my pores either. So of course it's important to use something specifically for the eye area. I've tried so many like night eye creams, and honestly nothing has really made a difference. I used to use like the Kiehl's Midnight Recovery Cream, whatever it's called, because I had heard such amazing things about it, especially for people who deal with dark circles, and since I do, I really wanted to try it. But honestly, that did nothing for me. Like, I saw no difference in my dark circles, and I feel like it wasn't really hydrating my under eyes as much as I needed. Like, sometimes I would apply makeup and I could see like dry patches or like cracking like under my eyes, which was not cute. So not recently, I guess for like the last few months, I've actually been using this, which came like as a little sample with one of like my other CeraVe products. And this right here is a healing ointment, and basically it's almost like Vaseline, and you can use it pretty much anywhere you want. You can use it like on your eyes, you could use it on your whole face, I guess, if you want. You could use it on your lips. Basically anywhere where you really feel like you need to hydrate that part, you can use this. So yeah, and it says that it has a non-greasy feel, which, I mean, I guess for like a Vaseline type product, it's not that greasy, but it is a bit greasy. Like, it does feel greasier than just like a regular eye cream. So basically I use this under my eyes, I put it all around my eye area, and this has been amazing. I so recommend this. It really helps to hydrate like that skin right here under my eyes. My under eyes have never been as hydrated as they are now using this. It's so good. So I'll put it there, and I'll actually take a little bit and put it on my lips as well, because it basically works like a chapstick. So yeah, at night I'll put that and put it on my lips, and it's just so good. I really recommend it. This one, as I said, came as a little sample, but they have like a little tube, and then they have like a bigger one, and then they actually have this really big container. I don't really like containers where you have to put your finger inside, because I just feel like it's a bit gross and you get like it under your nails. But I do really want to get like kind of like the tube where you can just like, you know, squirt it out and use it, because I feel like that will be much easier to use. So at night is when I take like my acne pills, and I think I'm just going to tell you guys the name in case you want to maybe ask your dermatologist about it, but please just don't try to go out and somehow get it without talking to a doctor first and letting the doctor prescribe it to you. So it's called spironolactone, I believe. These medicines always have really weird names. But yeah, so that's what I take, and it's the one that I said I've been taking for like over 6 months, and that basically cleared my skin completely. So it's really good. I do recommend that maybe you ask your doctor about it, and maybe they'll prescribe it to you if they feel that you need it and that it would work for you. Alright, so basically that's it for like my daily skincare routine, but I wanted to show you guys 2 products that I use once in a while. The first one is this one right here, which is like an exfoliator. This is from MD Rejuveness, and it's their enzyme exfoliating cleanser, and this is also non-comedogenic. So this I like to use especially like in the winter. But basically anytime where I feel like I just have like maybe like dead skin or some dry patches and I just kind of want to remove all of that, then I will use this. And I really like it because I feel like it's very gentle on the skin. The little like things that are in it, I guess, like that exfoliate, aren't very big. Like, I remember I used to use the St. Ives apricot scrub, and that one, it felt like it just had so many like huge chunks in it, and I felt like it was so harsh on my skin. So I really like this one because it does feel really gentle, but still feels like it's really cleaning my skin and getting rid of all that dead skin pretty much. And the other thing, which is kind of new, like I've only had it for like a little while, but I've been really enjoying, is this mask. And this is from Derma, and it's their Purifying 2-in-1 charcoal mask. So once in a while, if I'm feeling that my skin's just feeling a bit gross, I guess. Like, especially if it's like kind of hot and I feel like I've been sweating a lot, or my skin's just been really oily, and or if I'm using a lot of makeup, then I will use this. They say that you should use it, I think, 1 to 2 times a week. I don't use it that often, to be honest. I maybe use it like once or twice a month. But I do feel that it's really nice to use it once in a while because, as it says, it purges pores of deeply rooted toxins. So I feel like once in a while you need like that deep clean to just really remove all that stuff that's like stuck in your pores, because that is what will break you out if you have things clogged in your pores. And this is for normal to oily skin, so it works really well for my skin type. And yeah, this one doesn't say anything about like being non-comedogenic, but I don't really think it needs to be, because the whole reason why you're using this is to take things out of your pores. So I don't see why it would clog your pores, you know? So that is it. That is my skincare routine. I really hope that it was helpful, especially if you suffer with acne, or maybe if you just have oily skin. And yeah, as I said, I do recommend you seeing a dermatologist. Because I feel like they'll just really know what to do for your skin type, for pretty much how bad your acne is, and just see what works for you. As I've said a million times, please do not try to kind of like find these pills somehow or take anything orally that just wasn't prescribed to you. Yeah, that's just a no-brainer, I think, but I feel like I should say. And yeah, just go see a dermatologist. It was honestly like one of the best decisions I made. I thought I was just gonna have to deal with having like acne my whole life, but that wasn't the case at all. I've been with clear skin, like really clear skin, for like 2 years now, especially, as I said, like the last like 6 or more months where I switched my medication. Then my skin's just been really, really amazing, and I'm so happy because I never thought that I would have that. So yeah, that's why I think it's so important that you find a dermatologist who will just kind of work with you, you know, and just basically accompany you through this journey of clearing your skin. And yeah, so if you guys enjoyed this video, please don't forget to give it a thumbs up, and also please let me know if you guys would like the video about the makeup products for like acne-prone skin or oily skin, I guess. And yeah, please don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already, and until next time, bye!